Hello, dearies. It's me, Agnes Smith, Nomadic Fanatic's #1 fan. Well, it seems that my little Eric Poo has to eat crow. Apparently, driving a 23-ton bus with a blind spot is a terrible idea. Who could have thunk it? I don't know. Just about all of us? In this video, Eric does the bare minimum to keep the public safe from his lack of common sense. However, this might not be enough. Exciting! Let's watch! Morning, everyone. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. I hope you guys are doing well. Of course, I'll be uploading this video with Connection Internet, quite possibly the greatest internet company on the planet. With supernatural download speeds, you'll think you've made a pact with the devil. So don't be stupid. Go with the winner, Connection Internet. Enter the promo code Nomadic Schematic during sign up to get 50% off service. And I get a kickback. It's a win-win. You help me, and in turn I'm helped. I'm sitting in the driver's seat to tell you that you were right and I was wrong. So here's how I'm going to fix it.
Careening down the highway with an idiot at the wheel, a $17,000 money pit leaving his audience asking what's the deal. It's the Magic Fool Bus. 2 people and 5 cats. What could possibly go wrong? It's the Magic Fool Bus. Can you smell the cat excrement? It's the Magic Fool Bus.
All right, you guys were right. This is what you wanted to hear, right? You people are always right. Eric, you'll never be able to drive that door blocking your view. It's against the law to be driving that bus. You're gonna get someone killed driving that bus. I'm so sick and tired of your insipid criticisms. All you people are so smart. You know everything. Well, I didn't ask for your advice. If I wanted your advice, I'd beat it out of you. Look, I can't help making terrible decisions. I was born without the part of the brain that makes good decisions. See? That part's missing. So I was at an intersection and to my left, you know the part of the bus that has glass? I could see cars coming from the left. Then I looked to my right, and what did I see? A solid fucking door. I had to get out of my seat, look out another window, and of course a car obscured from my view was coming. And by the time I got back in my seat, another car was coming from the left. So yes, I'm gonna have to fix this issue. Okay, so how this all started. I didn't like the stock glass door that came with the bus. I couldn't secure and lock it, so I replaced it with a 30-inch wooden interior door with plate glass. Man, that was a stupid idea. Even with a double deadbolt, all anyone had to do was smash it for easy entry. But what I quickly learned, in an extremely humid area like Mississippi, the door started to absorb the moisture, swell up, and eventually fall apart. So I special ordered a 30-inch fiberglass door to replace it. When it finally came in, much to the surprise of my audience, it was a solid door. I clearly must have did this for shock value, because I certainly wouldn't drive this bus with an obstructed view on public freeways. Oh, I guess I did. But I got mirrors, guys. I can see cars when they're in an adjacent lane. Now, legally speaking, I can tell you this. You can do some research and back me on this. You do not have to have glass in the side door of a bus in any state in this country. This is a huge misconception. All I had a bunch of people tell me that you were driving that bus illegally without glass up front. That is absolutely not true, and it would take you 5 seconds to Google that information. You do not have to have a glass front door in a schoolie. Period. There's not one place on earth where that's a law. There is an actual complete law that every state in the country that if you have glass up here in your schoolie, it must be tempered glass. That is an actual law. So if there's glass, it has to be tempered. That's the only law. So what are we waiting for? Jeebus? Let's get this shit over with.
Alright, just a quick little cut and we'll be... Oh boy, that's a lot of... Ugh, right in the kisser. Achoo! Tastes like plywood.
There we go. All done. No more blind spots. Now I can see cars coming from the right. I can't see anything close though. That's why I have the mirrors. So I don't need a bigger window. I'm fine. And you can see on the window, tempered glass. I went to Amazon and it was right there, guys. You can order custom sized windows on Amazon. I totally ordered it on Amazon and not from Home Depot or Lowe's. Man, I sure hope I got the right tempered glass for this window before the bus gets inspected. Look, I I fixed the issue. Now I just have to get out the popcorn and read all the experts telling me everything I did was wrong, or that I'm an imbecile, or that I'm a complete moron, or that I must be a renegade elf from Santa's workshop. Get a life! Bye, guys. Eric, you said it yourself. You don't need glass inside doors for RV conversions. So why are you cutting out a window? Leave the door as it is. Prove everyone wrong by driving that bus across the country with a solid wood door that totally blocks out any view from your right. I know you like to be right, but do you have to risk other people's lives in the process? Here's what his viewers had to say about this travesty. Hey man, not here to beat you up. You already said this was the worst mod you've ever made, and honestly, that admission is doing the most of the heavy lifting. But I want to clear up something that keeps getting repeated. There's no law saying you can't have a solid RV door. Technically true, and technically useless. The law doesn't care what material your door is made of. What it does care about, in all 50 states, is whether you're operating a vehicle with a clear, unobstructed view. That's the real issue. A solid door on the right side of the bus or RV doesn't look rough. It creates a blind spot big enough to hide a Prius, a cyclist, or a kid on a scooter. And when something like that goes wrong, no judge, jury, or insurance adjuster is going to shrug and say, well, hey, the statute didn't mention plywood. Civil liability? Through the roof! If someone gets hurt because you couldn't see them, you're holding the bag, and your DIY door becomes Exhibit A in the lawsuit. Criminal liability? If a fatal accident happens, prosecutors doesn't care about your door materials. They care about the decision that created the hazard. And insurance? Good luck! One look at that opaque door, and they'll deny coverage faster than you can say non-factory modification. So yeah, nobody's saying your door has to be glass by law, but visibility, negligence, and liability don't disappear just because the statute doesn't spell it out. You learned that firsthand. Hopefully others do before learning it the hard way. The first window is an improvement, but you still can't see to the right well enough. As a motorcyclist, you have to appreciate the danger of pulling out in front of a bike or a small car that falls below your sight line before you look. Eric, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. You started off the video by apologizing and saying we were right, but then you spend the rest of the video saying how you're going to do it your way and how the door was not illegal, trying to get a win for your cause. Remember, Eric, this is a business for you. Sometimes you need to swallow your pride instead of losing subs. You will never learn. You have to have full visibility. Why do you refuse to listen? Full visibility! Eric, sorry to rain on your parade, but what happens if you're at a stop sign, you look both ways and you look out the glass on top to see a car coming down the road, and it's fine, so you go to pull out, but there's a child walking across the street at a lower level that you don't see, or maybe a kid on a bike. Plus, Eric, you're cutting steel with no eye protection. Just saying. You're going to kill someone with your ignorance. You're too busy trying to be right instead of just accepting that your door is dangerous. Your ego is not worth other people's lives in jeopardy. What about pedestrians at a crosswalk? You won't be able to see them. What about intel driving? You won't be able to see cars unless they're far away. You have the wrong swing of that door for an RV. If for some reason that door pops open while you're driving, the wind will rip it right off and cause damage to other vehicles. Not making a negative comment, but you will not be able to see a motorcycle or a child. At least there's no more blind spot to see airplanes and helicopters. I didn't want to prove I was right. I just wanted everyone to be safe. I understand why you don't want to commit to a full glass unit. You're paranoid that someone is going to break into your precious bus full of crap. Believe me, a normal person wouldn't be able to survive the poisonous atmosphere of a bus with 4 cats. What gets me is how you hide in gray areas of the law. Just because there's no mandate that glass has to be installed in an entrance door doesn't mean that it shouldn't. Did you know that federal law required that bus to have a glass entrance door and side escape exits when it was used as a school bus? Those safeguards were put into place for a reason, and eliminating them is an epitome of foolishness. Did you know that most states are more stringent when it comes to public safety? You may have to do a lot more than just cut out a window if you want to keep legally driving that bus on the road. Have a blessed day, old Darius. From Nomadic Fanatic's #1 fan. Be sure to like and subscribe.